single volume that is like no other, the so-called Slave Bible. Inside Washington's Museum of the Bible, a single volume that is like no other, the so-called Slave Bible, remarkable not for what's in it, but for what's not.
So about 90% of the Old Testament's been removed, and about 50% of the New Testament's been removed. To put it another way, a normal King James Version has 1,189 chapters in it. The Slave Bible has only 232.
Missing are chapters and verses that might have encouraged uprisings. Book of Exodus, redacted. No story of Moses demanding Pharaoh, "Let my people go." Gone is Galatians, and the verse, "There is neither bond nor free, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus." And no Jeremiah, "Woe unto him that useth his neighbor's service without wages."
What they've left in are verses such as Ephesians 6:5, which is the famous verse, "Slaves, be obedient to your master."
Looking at this Bible, it's hard to tell that anything's been taken out of it.
That's correct. I mean, it looks like a normal book. For many enslaved Africans, this would have been the first time they were exposed to the Bible.
A Bible selectively edited to instill obedience, using religion to underpin the horror of slavery. When people encounter this exhibit, what lasting impression do you want them to leave with?
But we want to pass the message on that may this never happen again. The Bible itself is a whole book. It's not one that you get to carve up and use this piece or that piece.
The Slave Bible designed to repress rebellion, but it didn't work. Enslaved people in the Caribbean constantly fought against slavery until emancipation.
I think it's very relevant to understand our history, not just American history, but our African American history, our roots, and how we got to this point.
A dark chapter in the history of the good book. Jeff Bennett.
You Christians, stop lying to yourself. The Negroes are the Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. Deuteronomy 28, the 15th chapter. Deuteronomy the 28th, the 15th chapter. But it shall come to pass that if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay, so the Lord put these curses upon us, all right? And that's why we were in this situation. The Lord sent us amongst our enemies, all right? Psalms 83 and verses 1 told us that Edom, these so-called white people, all right, would be our enemies. Okay, and let me go into that. Psalms 83 and verses 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. That's Psalms 83 verses 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, identifying as enemies of Israel. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. We were the hidden ones, and they took crafty counsel by removing the pages out of our own book. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Okay, they're confederate against us, the children of Israel, the Israelites. Okay, so by basically destroying us and beating us and destroying us when we came over here, not knowing the language of English language, they knew that they could indoctrinate the children and into false narrative. Okay, verses 6. The tabernacles of Edom, okay, that's the number one enemy of Israel, all right, and that's who the Lord delivered us into the hands of. Okay, he delivered us into their hands since we wanted to go against him and his law, statutes, commandments, namely adultery and go after other gods. And the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, okay, of Moab, those are the Chinese, and Hagarenes being the Egyptians. All right, Gabal being more Africans, and Ammon being the Chinese, being the Japanese. All right, and Amalek being the small hats over there in Israel. The Philistines more Africans, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Okay, so these are the enemies of Israel. Okay, you need to go over this in your spare time. Okay, but the main one being Edom, emphasizing that's who the Lord delivered us into the hand of, Edom. When we go back to Psalms, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right, you have to read this out of the King James Version, because they're attempting to remove the understanding from this. Okay, in other Bibles, Deuteronomy 28:68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay, and this really did happen. We got delivered into the hand of our enemies, and the number one enemy, as I showed you in Psalms 83, was Edom, and it would be our twin brother Esau, Edom. Okay, all right. So if you can understand that, all right. So to you Christians, stop lying to yourself. Our history is in the book. You Christian Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and Shalom to the believers around the world. We say Yahweh because that's the Heavenly Father's name, and Yahweh Shai, that's the Son. And we come in the name of we come in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the mediator to Yahweh for us. Okay, so man-made religion, all right, man-made religion is false religion, and if you all are still involved in Christianity, okay, all over TikTok, all over YouTube, the Israelites have pretty much covered the whole earth, okay, with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And if you're still teaching this doctrine, then you're basically lying to yourself. Okay, you're just lying to yourself, because right now the truth is covering the whole earth. All right, let me get that real quick. The truth is covering the whole earth. All right, everybody has heard the message. Stop lying to yourself. If you're of Jacob, okay, the 12 tribes of Israel, you Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, stop lying to yourself about man-made religion and Christianity. Catholicism, all of that was made up stuff in order to confound you. Okay, so you need to come out of her, as it says in this video here. Come out of her, my people. Okay, all right. And Habakkuk 2:14, Habakkuk 2:14 tells us, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, as the waters cover the sea. All right, so the men of the Lord are on the highways and hedges preaching this truth all over the earth, just as Yahweh Shai told them to do. Okay, the truth did not come through the Jehovah's Witness, the Pentecost, the Mormons, the Baptists, none of that. Okay, it came through the prophets, in which the men of the Lord from the One West camps, Abba Bivens, all right, and all those elders back there in the 1969 and 70, it came through them, and right now is with the apostles of Great Millstone, Okay, and like-minded camps. All right, that's where the truth is. All right, okay, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics. It's been proven. Okay, it's been proven that the Negroes came from Europe. All right, and were put into slavery. All right, the tribe of Judah, the Negroes. Okay, and then after that, the same so-called white man came over here to the Americas and put the Native Americans in captivity. All right, so that would put us in captivity together, oppressed together. He also took down the Mexicans and took their land as well. Okay, from the Native Americans, then the land of the Mexicans. They basically native to the land too. All right, they took the surrounding lands of Colorado, all that from the Mexicans. All right, just do your research. So there's no denying it that the children of Israel are the people of the Americas. All right, the Negroes that was ruling over there in Europe, and then subsequently scattered over there to the islands of Jamaica and so forth, and then West Africa, are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so it's all over the internet. You just do a little research, you can find out. So again, I say, stop lying to yourself. Okay, you don't have a whole lot of time. This truth, the so-called white man is gonna come down with great wrath. He gonna cut off the truth. Okay, but it's gonna be sanctioned by the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so you might want to hurry up and get involved, okay, with this truth. If you're a man, you definitely need to be learning and getting out here and teaching this truth in its purest form, so you can have salvation. All right, because that's what salvation is. It's coming back to this understanding. Okay, those who return will get salvation. All right, those who return to the truth. Okay, none of these religions have brought the truth. All right, we go straight to the point. Hebrews 8:8. Hebrews 8:8, and it says, "For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah." Okay, stop right there. That's who this covenant was written for. That's who's going to get the kingdom of heaven. All of that. That's who's going to be redeemed from the earth. Okay, so stop lying to yourself. All that we had to serve them, they're going to serve us in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and that's the reason why the so-called devil, the so-called white man, he is the most subtle beast in the field. He has a spirit of Satan in him, and he brought forth the love doctrine, okay, in Christianity, and they never talked about hate in the church. It was all about love. The reason for that is because they are the hated of the Most High. Okay, they are the hated of the Most High. All right, and we'll get that at Romans the 9th chapter. Yeah, love, love, love. All you need is love. That's what they talk about in the Christian church, right? But the Lord more. Why didn't they talk about hate? The Most High is Almighty. He hates as well as love. He put us in captivity, didn't he? He put us in slavery, the people who he loved, right? So he had a hatred for what we did. So he cursed us for it and punished us. All right, Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay, so the Lord hates. All right, so the Lord does hate. All right, they took hate out of the Bible. They only preach love. All right, they go to John 3:16 and read you say he loved the world. All right, but that world was not. It was the world of Israel. All right, that's who the world was. It was speaking of. All right. All right. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's see here. We go to Isaiah 45:3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which called thee by thy name, am the Most High of Israel. And this is the point, verses 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. Okay, it ain't talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. It ain't talking about no Baptists. It ain't talking about Pentecost. It's talking about the elect. I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Okay, so the Lord sent forth Yahushua for the elect. Okay, he died for the elect of Israel. All right, to be redeemed. All right. Okay, so it has nothing to do with man-made religion. Isaiah 43:10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no power formed, neither shall there be after me. So these witnesses were the northern and southern kingdom of Israel. It had nothing to do with the church. All right. And the Lord, being that he never changes, we get that at Malachi 3:6. We know that this still stands today, that he's dealing with Israel. All right, Malachi 3:6. For I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. All right, there's so many scriptures in here, it ain't even funny. Okay, Psalms 147, 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation. So all these men that are on this screen right here, the Lord was not dealing with them. They created their own religion, their own belief system. All right, you know, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Okay, so get out of these churches. Get out. Okay, before it's too late. The Lord gonna destroy you. All right, if you don't. All right, Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. Okay, so he didn't transfer that power to any other people. We read in Malachi 3:6, he don't change. So all I can say for you Christians, you Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you know, what are you waiting for? Okay, turn to the Lord in spirit and in truth. All right, John 4:22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, all right, of Israel. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth, not in lies. You know, talking about the Lord is dealing with everybody. When we just read, the covenant was for Judah and Israel only. All right, and we just read a few scriptures that denote the Lord is not dealing with nobody but Israel. Amos 3:1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right, and all the curses came on us, came over us. Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. All right, so this is just a call for you Christians and you in these religions, the Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, the Israelites, to come out of her, my people, and turn to the true power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. For that I say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rikakadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Shalom.